Hey y'all, and welcome back to Satisfactory. I have some pretty ambitious plans for the next stage of our factory here. And it's basically going to be us making the tier 3 and 4 belts. Like in my little factory section right there in the middle on the other side of the concrete bridge. I'm going to be trying to add a couple more floors to it to be making the steel beams and encased steel beams. Or encased industrial beams, I'm sorry. But in order to do that, what I'm needing to do is I'm needing to change the plan for this central thing here. Because this is not good enough. It's not. There's like a subfloor here that is not going to be able to hold everything. And if we take a closer look at everything over there, let me just get over there real quick. If we take a closer look at everything here, if I'm going to go ahead and build another floor on top of this one, in order to bring the items down into the subfloor that is right here, I have to bring it down through these floors. Now that shouldn't be too terribly bad, especially if I bring them down like right here, because it comes straight down through, but I'm going to be bringing 2 items down and at least 3 items up because I need iron, coal, and concrete for this project. The concrete should be pretty easy, honestly. I mean, I can just go here into the concrete bridge section and just kind of divert one of the outputs here. Just make it go up instead of down. Ooh, actually, I kind of like that idea. Changing these output lifts to go up into here instead of down into that floor. Ooh, we may have a pretty good idea here. I still want to increase the size of the quote-unquote subfloor that's right above us, the sub-ceiling, I guess. But I want to do that so that I can effectively double my storage here. I want to lift these up. I want to build another one of these on top of these so that I've got tons of items and then just have those sort of feeding in underneath and have it looping through so I've got like double storage on everything. That's the idea anyway. So like build an out lift here going into the top one and then a down lift from that one going into here. Now these are going to be different because they'll actually be feeding into the top ones and then those will be feeding in like that. It'll take some finagling, but I can get it done. And that way we can actually have a whole bunch more. Whoa, crazy autosaves. Anyway, that way we can actually have a lot more room to move items around if I raise this up by 1 level. It's gonna mess with the organization here though, because like all of these are on this level. And then this being too high, won't have the doors there. I don't guess I need the doors there. I've got the path for the catwalks here going straight across. I guess I could just like... Nah, you know what? We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But for right now, I'm going to close this off and I'm actually going to extend this building out 1 level. Like 1 foundation out, so I've got a bit more room to play on the inside here to bring down belts on the inside of buildings, because like I said, the belts moving around on the outside, it doesn't really appeal to me as much as it did like over there anymore. Like I thought that was really cool, but now it looks cleaner if I put them inside. So let's get to tearing this down real quick. You know, now that I've done this, moved the wall out by 1, I'm wondering if maybe I should build this wall back and just have this be like an inter-wall thing to run belts through. I don't know. It does give me a little bit more space up on the next floor, but I like the idea. You know what? I am going to do that. I'm going to build this as a kind of like how houses are built, where they can run stuff through the walls like wires and stuff like that. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and build power poles like right here, so that I can run power through the walls. Now, I've heard rumors about future updates where they're planning on having, like, what's it called? Walls that you can actually hook power lines to, which will be awesome if they actually do that. I mean, I don't put it past them that they can. It's just that, like, I want them to do it so much that, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just crazy that I've got to run power like this right now. And if we can hook power directly to these walls, which are made out of iron and concrete, hello, that we could run power through the walls. Like, just have maybe one of these setups, like one of these little spring-looking things on the wall as a connection point. Kind of like these things. Have those on the wall as a connection point, where there's one on either side of the wall, so you can hook power to the outside of the wall and then run power from it. That'd be cool. Anyway, let's build our little middle wall thing here. Oh, and if you guys have been wondering how I've been able to transfer power vertically from pole to pole, this is how I do it. I take a power pole, I build it right in the center of a foundation. Okay? Then I remove the foundation. And the power pole's left there. Then I go ahead and I build my walkways around it. No, I don't. Wait. Wrong second step. Second step. Connect the power pole. And then we build the walkways around it. And now it looks clean. Looks like we got a line going straight into the bottom of the power pole, when in fact it's going through the pole up to the top. Can't really tell. I think that you can. Like, there's a new center black line there in the pole. You can kind of see it. But anyway, it doesn't look like there's power connected to that pole, but in fact there is, which is really awesome. So from there, what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to leave this open. Yeah, and I'll build the wall around it again so that we've got our little staging area for our new items. But this is a subfloor. I forgot about that. So this has got to go. And I've actually got to build this one higher. So again, place the power pole on a foundation, remove the foundation, connect the lines, and then place walkways around the pole. And it's a nice, clean power transition. And it looks really good. Okay, let me finish this up. Gotta build a subfloor. Ooh, and here's an interesting problem. I don't know if I'm going to be able to build anything on this floor. For this reason. Because this dude... Oh, wait a minute, he's going up. How high up does he go, though? I'm almost... Oh, goodness. I think I'm almost reaching the height capacity of this building because of that guy. Next time he flies by, I'm going to have to do some measurements with some foundations to see just how high up he goes, because he barely clips that. And that bothers me enough. So let's go ahead and put down... Alright, there's 7 foundations. Because this floor will be 3 high, then there's a subfloor, next floor will be 3 high as well. If he can clear that, we're good. If he flies right through it, we're not. And we gotta think of something else. We may end up extending this out over this and building more. That may be what we end up having to do. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I built the subfloor already. Good. Whew. I was like, uh-oh, I think I did this wrong. But anyway, so on this floor, what we're going to have to do is some pretty creative stuff, because now I need steel. And I don't like I said, I don't like having the smelters and the forges or foundries. What is going on over there? It's a visual glitch where 3 of my smelters have all but disappeared. Watch what happens when I zoom out. Or there they go. See, they're back. Oh, there's one off to the left that's disappearing too. Visual glitches! They are awesome! And I think it might have to do with me changing the default color of things. Because look, stuff is changing like all over the place. Look at this. As I zoom in and out, things just disappear and move and... Oh boy. This is crazy. Oh well, nobody said this game was perfect yet. It's still in early access. So let's figure this out. I need to make steel. So first things first, I'm probably going to divert that coal miner and maybe both of those. I don't know. I got to figure out how much steel I actually need first. Because how many... I want to make it comparable, like the output's comparable to these. So I've got 9 of these just going to storage for iron plates. Which means I am making... What is that? Come on, math. Work faster. 135 are going to storage, just straight up, per minute. I got 135 per minute of the iron plates being made. And I've got 6 of these running. I'm only making 45 per minute on the reinforced iron plates over here. That's a huge drop. I may have to divert more. Build a 7th one of these and make it 52 and a half. And bring... I don't know. Just seems like I'm not making nearly as many of these as I am those. But I do need a lot more of those. Because of the walls and everything. So I think it'll be okay. So let's see what the resources required to do about 45 to maybe 50 or so, seeing how well the numbers work out, of steel beams and encased industrial beams. Let's just see what happens. Alright, so steel beams make 10 per minute out of here. And if I wanted to do, say, 50 a minute of those, I would need 5 of these set up. And that would be 150 steel per minute. Oh, wait a minute. Gotta check on something. The flying dude is back. Gotta see just how many of these he flies through. See how much space we've got. Because we may have to condense both of these production lines into one floor. And then worry about the alclad aluminum sheets later. Oh, he clears all of them! Just barely, but he does! Oh, wow. That means I can put the alclad aluminum sheets on the next floor. That's good. No! I know what I can do with the next floor. The building is going to end up being that tall. And on the top floor, that's where we're going to be smelting all of the steel and the aluminum ingots. So we're going to need more copper. Anyway, we're going to bring iron, coal, bauxite, and copper up to the top. Smelt it all and get it all into ingots so that we can have all of that being fed down to this floor where we will have steel beams, encased industrial beams, and our alclad aluminum sheets being made. I don't know how well this is going to work. Like I said, might have to extend this over this thing. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, figured it out. I totally figured it out. We are going to have smelters and foundries over here. Then we're going to move that stuff up through this wall. That's why I had it set up that way. And up here is where we're going to be building everything. Yeah. That way you got plenty of clearance for the flying dude, and I don't have to worry about these things. So that's our plan. We need to get some math done. Because I still got to figure out how many things I need. This is crazy. So I will need 5 of these set up to make 50 steel beams per minute, which I think is plenty, honestly, for our uses, because we're not actually going to use steel beams anywhere else at all in any of our other construction. It's just used for the Mark III belts. which I honestly don't use that many of, but I still want that much production of them. I can probably bring it down now and deal with it. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, that's going to take 150 steel just for that. And then we are going to be using the alternate encased industrial beam setup using steel pipes and concrete. And this makes 6 per minute, so I would need about 9 of these working. So I would need 180 concrete per minute coming up here. I don't think I'm actually making enough concrete now that I think about it. Oh boy. Because I put down a whole bunch of concrete for the rest of my production. Oh, wait. I got 1,200 limestone. I have an extra 500 limestone per minute from the other from my other projects. So we should be good. So 20 concrete per minute per machine times, what did I say? 7 of these? Yeah, we'll do 8. 8's a good number. It evens out pretty well. 8 of them, and that'll be 160 concrete per minute. And then 218. Is that right? No, I'm doing my math wrong. 228 steel pipes per minute. And steel pipes take 1 iron. So I'll need 228 steel plus 150 steel is 178 steel. Might as well make 180 steel. 180 steel per minute. And that is going to take... We're going to be using this recipe. This one that uses the iron ingots and the coal. Although, no, we don't need to. We don't need to. We could just go ahead and use the base one. Because I don't need to smelt the iron into ingots first. And it'll save us on buildings. So if I need 180... No, what did I say? Okay, it's 378. So 380. We'll be making 390 out of this. Which means I'll need 12 of these foundries. 12 foundries. And 12 foundries like this times 45 each. Oh my goodness. These numbers are getting huge. 12 foundries times 45 is 540. So I will need to be producing, let's just call it 600 of each. 600 iron and 600 coal. I can get 600 coal out of that one miner over there pretty easily. And I got a couple of normal nodes there, and I think a couple of impure nodes on the way. And there's so much iron around, it's ridiculous. I don't have to worry about having enough iron, or not having enough iron, so that'll be fine. So we will have 12 foundries, all making steel. And I think that's going to go right there. 12 foundries through the center, all making steel, feeding it this way into this building, and running up here so that we can have assemblers making encased industrial beams, steel constructors making steel pipes. But I'm gonna see what I can do about getting 2 rows. No, I won't be able to get 2 rows. I'll only be able... I could... Dang it! You hear me like stuttering back and forth between things here because like my mind is working as I'm doing this. I gotta get rid of this section again. I have to. It's just not gonna work. Because I need this space. I need this extra row to be able to build foundries here, foundries there, for both bauxite, or for both aluminum and the, what is it called? Steel. Yeah, aluminum and steel are going to be being forged in foundries here. So I need this wall to be gone again. Hooray! Okay. Wall's back to where it was. This is what happens when you don't plan before the episodes and you plan while you're recording them. So, let's see. What is my organization going to look like here for the foundries? How many? Let's get up here. Because from up here, we can get a much better vantage point and be able to measure out these foundries. I think they're the same size as constructors are? Yeah. Sure looks like it. Okay, we can work with this. So, this is a 15 long bridge. We'll just start it, I guess, there. Bring them down, and then bring them back. We'll have 12 foundries for each of the 2 different types of items we're going to be working with here. Alright, so those are built. We'll deal with the aluminum ones later. Actually, those are the aluminum ones. I need to move these forward to this line of crap. Hang on. There. Now they're all built on the correct side. And I had an idea just now for how I'm going to run the power to these. I've already got power poles just on the other side of this wall here. Like right there. I'm just going to upgrade those. Or maybe. Wait a minute. Better idea. There we go. Extended out one foundation yet again. Not covering the foundries here. And build a slanted roof for that section. Yeah. Then I can move these power poles back, and what I can do is I can actually upgrade them to Mark IIIs. Like so. I can hook up all my machines all pretty like. Actually, that doesn't look pretty at all. I gotta move that. That looks prettier. And then I can set all these up to make steel. Oh crap, wait a minute. I need 380. I'm only making 360. I need one more. Darn it. I had to get rid of my slanted roof. It just didn't work. Instead, I built the power poles like this, and I left huge sections of wall open so I wouldn't break through the wall with the wires or the cables. Everything's still hooked up. I just got to set all this up for steel and then work on getting the raw materials in here so we can start smelting it all. So in order to get these running, I need 585 coal and iron coming in. Which basically means I need 600 coal and iron coming in. Not too bad. So let's go scout and see where I can get those items from. Now, if ever I do end up needing more concrete over there, possibly for this project, I don't know. I've got another node right here, right next to this one, that I can just funnel up and start making it. Shouldn't be too difficult. But over here, off in this direction, you see those 2 miners over there? They're currently feeding that steel factory over there. But I've got some stuff right here that I might be able to use. Because right here, I have an impure node. And another impure node right here. And then I think there's even... Is this limestone? Yeah, that's an impure limestone. And then over here, I have a... What's going on here? Oh, there's a hole in the ground leading to that cave. Okay. But over here, I have a normal copper node. So that can feed more copper in over there. In fact, I should use this one instead of the impure one I got over feeding it right now, because it'll give me all the copper that I need for this entire project. Yeah, we should probably do that. So yeah, if I use this copper node and those 2 iron nodes over there, I can just have a triple belt line running and feeding in. It'll look so awesome. Well, I'll worry about the copper later. Right now, I know that I can get 300 iron out of each of those being 600 iron, which is exactly what I need for this next part of the project. Ooh, a berry. So over here, though, I've got my pure coal node. And this pure coal node, currently what I can pull out of it is quite a lot. I can run a Mark V belt out and get 780 items per minute out of it. Because I believe if we fully power shard this thing with a Mark III miner. So right now I've only got a Mark II miner. And heck, if I were to put one more power shard in this, I could produce 600 off of this. It'd be crazy. I wouldn't need a Mark III miner. But I need more coal later. So that's going to be interesting trying to find another coal node nearby. However, there are the coal nodes off in this direction. So down there are 4 normal coal nodes. Right by the lake. And I've already got a train station there. I just have to modify the train station. And I've even already got the copper coming in. Holy crap. This could be set up to bring in the coal, the silica, the quartz, and the copper that I need for future projects. And I've already got the train station. Oh my goodness, this is so perfect. Didn't even realize this. I've just got to set up coal miners down there, do a bit of deforestation, and redo this train station and the train line, then have it come up over here and head off toward my new factory. I didn't realize I'd be building train stations today. Okay. Well, let's go set up what we need. But before we do, I need to figure this out because I've got to have way more smelters down there processing this copper. Probably end up putting them up along that ridge and then moving all the copper down. I don't know. We'll see. And speaking of the train, there it is. Speeding down the track, going super fast. But right now, it's transporting quartz, silica, and copper. Not necessarily in that order. But I need it to be transporting quartz, silica, copper, and coal in copious amounts. Probably 2 cars each. So that's an 8-car train. I'm going to need like 2 locomotives on either side to make this work. Wow. I'm going to more than double the length of this train, and this is going to be an insane platform. Okay. Much bigger project than I thought this was going to be. But this is how I'm going to get all the coal that I'll ever need for this base over there. I'm not even going to be using that pure node over there. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be crazy. So, let's head back to our base area and let's build our wrong button. Let's build our first train station at our mega base. I got to do an Austin Powers turnaround here. And we're off. The question now is, though, where do I want the station? Where do I want it? I think I want it right here in the middle. Yeah, because that way I'll be able to bring everything in. I'm just going to have it come down through here and around and into this station. So I need to build more foundations and make I might actually elevate it by 1. All depends on how tall these things are. So let's figure out how tall they are. Oh, wow. Things are very tall. Way taller than I gave them credit for. I can't fit this underneath here like this. I couldn't even fit it if I dropped... Well, maybe if I dropped down the foundations by 1. But if I did that, it wouldn't be above the ground anymore. Dang it! This is going to be more complicated than I realized. I'll come back when I've got a good idea for how I'm going to do this train station. Alright. So the train station has been built. I put it up here because it was just a lot easier to get the items into the subfloor here. I'm probably going to have another one below this, as soon as I can figure out exactly how tall these are, for oil and bauxite to come in, just like the other train already does. But I'm going to be bringing a heck of a lot more of each. So, like I said, I've got 2 set up for each of the 4 resources this train's going to be bringing in, which are quartz, silica, iron, no, coal, and copper. Yeah. The refined quartz, not the raw quartz stuff. Because we're going to need that for crystal oscillators later. So, what should we name this station? I definitely don't want to leave it as Borgstena. But I think since this is at the main mega factory thing, and this thing doesn't have power. There we go. Now it's got power. Anyway, since this is at our main factory facility, our new main factory facility, the old stations were called Main Processing 1 and 2. I don't think that's very creative for the names, so what I would like to do is call it something different. How about this? Since I'm such a nerd. SICU drop-off. SI for silicon, C for carbon, Cu for copper. Because it's going to be bringing in two different things from being made from silicon. Silica and quartz. Carbon is coal, and copper is, well, copper. So yeah, the SICU drop-off. If you think I should name it something different, leave a comment and I will look into it. But for right now, the train station has been completed. And now I need to modify the track. Oh boy. Much bigger project than I thought I was going to be taking on today. Ah! Okay, but it must be done. I must get my steel online. So considering this train is no longer actually dropping off anything over there, I think all my storage is completely full of all the items that it's making from it. I'm just gonna start to get rid of some of this track. Then the train will stop and I'll have to find it and get rid of it and modify it and all that good junk. I can't delete that section from over here. But I need these materials to make this new rail line anyway. So I'm just going to get rid of the railways that are attached to this train station here. Come on. There we go. Then we're going to go find that train. But for the most part, this track is going to remain the same that it is right now to minimize the amount of track laying I have to do. And I can't get over this part. Oh well. Because it's going to be following pretty much the same path. I just have to extend this thing out. And in fact, hang on, I might not have to. Yeah, I got to extend it a little bit. It's big enough for 8 platforms. I just have to move the smelting operation, the coal. That's not coal, that's not carbon. The copper smelting operation that's there, I just have to move it so that we can make this part work. Well, I'm an idiot. I was coming down here to try to find the train, and I was going to drive it around, or I was going to disassemble the train, and I was going to drive a train back and forth on this track. But guess what? I deleted the track, so now I don't. It's not connected to power. I'm an idiot. So with that in mind, let's get this track hooked up to its new home. Or wait a minute. No, I don't want it there. I want to do something different. I want to make this, I want to make it so I can drive underneath this track right here. I think we need to blow up some more stuff. It's unfortunate because I wanted to keep at least some of the trees. But I think we're going to blow up these trees here so that I can have a cleaner rail path. I missed one. How did I miss that? Actually, I don't think I'm going to need to destroy that one. But I will need to get rid of this. Ha! There we go. Yeah, that one can stay. Alright, there we go. Nice looping, swervy track. Wish I could make it straighter, but I'm terrible at building track. But at least it's connected now. So now we can go faster when it comes to trying to find the other train. Found the other train. It's all the way at the other station. Okay, well, I think what we're going to do here is we're actually going to leave this station alone. No, we can't. We have to extend it out to platforms. I forgot because we're doing 2 cars of each thing. Yep. Okay. I wish I could delete trains that were moving. So annoying. So what's going to happen is the train will pull in here to load up 4 cars of stuff. The other 4 cars of stuff will be just back here. And they're what's going to be picking up at the other stations. Or at the other station. So this one is done. Just have to disassemble this train, get rid of all the stuff inside, and yeah. Alright, so we build another locomotive. Because if I read things correctly, each locomotive can pull 4 cars one way. So if this is an 8-car long train, I need 2 pulling it that way, especially since there's going to be 2 on the back. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're going to have to do some testing here. Because we got some pretty steep... And yeah, whatever. I'm just doing it. I've already built the station the way I want it. So we're just going to have 2 locomotives on either side. That's just how it's got to be. And I need more materials. I'll be back. So the train's been built. We just have 1 more station to modify. This feels a lot more satisfying. Like, this feels like a proper train more than just 3 cars. This feels like it means business. So this train station has to load the back 4 of the train. So I need to have a station, an empty platform, then 4 more empty platforms, then 4 freight platforms. This is getting complicated fast. Alright. So this station is done. Now I've got to fix up the copper processing and get it going. And then get the coal processing going. And all this will be hooked up. I got to fix this train though. This track. Because it's not going to work when it's over there. The track has been fixed. The track has been hooked up on that end. Now I just got to hook up power. So now the power is hooked up. I brought it out over here so I can run the power from this power pole out that way for the coal miners. But we need to give this thing a name. This was called Lakeside Copper. Now I think I'm going to call it just Lakeside Mining. Because it's going to be mining copper and coal. It's actually going to be processing the copper into copper ingots first, so that we can just transport those back and have them for alclad aluminum sheets, but whatever, it's all good. So, let's go ahead and get a train set up to run this route. I'll get all this stuff hooked up off camera so that we can get our materials running. But let's get the train going. I deconstructed it again because I needed to get it off the tracks that it was on before I deleted them. So, alrighty. So, I think this is just going to be part 1 of this project to get all of this going. Because this has taken me a lot longer, once again, than I actually expected it to. This game, like, you get to this point, things just take a long time to get done. So, let's go ahead and let's set up our stations. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it's going to head back to the home station first. Actually, what I wanted it to do. I want to make sure that it can get up these hills. Alright, well, testing of the train has been successful. Now I've got to get a whole bunch of stuff hooked up and working properly. So, that's going to be part 1 of this major project to get more and more materials into our base. So, if you liked what you saw, please hit that like button, subscribe to see more, and y'all come back now